Hello beautiful people, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Kayla and this is the Soul Trip. I'm coming live to you all from the motherland. I am in Africa on the beautiful island of Zanzibar in Tanzania, y'all. It's such a blessing to be here. If you have not watched my Tanzania vlogs, I do suggest that you go check those out right now, like right now, for real. Like before you even watch this video, go watch all of those vlogs. I tried to capture as much as I could for you all, so go check that out and then come back to this video. Anyways, I want to preface this video by saying I'm going to say Africa a lot probably, and I'm using that word as saying this is my first time stepping foot on this continent. I am not grouping Africa in as a whole like a lot of people like to do. Africa is a huge continent, so I can't speak for the entire continent, but I can only speak off of my experience in Tanzania, which is just one country. I have to put that out there because just like, you know, just as if somebody was to go to France and they talk about Europe, they're talking about France. They can't speak on the entire continent of Europe just based on their experience in France. I hope y'all feel me, but I just feel that people like to group Africa together as if it's just a one big country, but no, it's a huge continent and there are many countries. Different countries will be different. Tanzania is the country I visited first, and y'all, let's get into this video. Let's just start by saying how magical it is to be here. I mean, right now I'm sitting on a balcony looking out at the most beautiful view, and it's a surreal feeling. Like, it's literally a surreal feeling. All my life I've dreamt of coming here and I'm here. Like, I have to keep pinching myself. Like, I cannot believe I'm here. And I feel being, you know, African American, not knowing, you know, my true history of where my bloodline started before slavery happened. I've always wanted to come to the motherland and connect with something more than just what I'm taught or what I've been told in America. I've always wanted to connect with something more than just the history of slavery and the history of, you know, being black and the black experience in America. So being here in the motherland and just seeing like so many different faces that look like faces I would see back home. Oh, and it's starting to rain. Let me just, okay, I'm trying to make sure my camera does not get wet, so I'll be eyeing it in case I have to like kind of move the camera situation. But anyways, so it has been just a surreal feeling of being here and really seeing, you know, people who were born and raised here, who never experienced being black in America, who have never experienced, you know, a society that was not majority black. It has been really dope to be amongst that energy, amongst that feeling. And okay, disclaimer, I'm about to just keep it real for you all. I feel like when you're black in America, depending on who you are and depending on what you do, I feel like the energy is different in America. Like if it's a black person working, 9 times out of 10, especially depending on who we're dealing with, you're not seeing who we truly are. We have like in America, it's like, I'm not saying everybody code switches, but you do have different personalities, if that makes sense. Like, or not different personalities, but different, you may have like, I don't even know like how to explain it. I hope you all are understanding. Ooh, y'all, my camera's getting wet. I know you can't tell, but I know you can hear it, and doesn't it just sound so beautiful, so peaceful? I could sit out here all day. Okay, so I had to move the camera over. I hope the lighting is still okay here and everything. I hope you all can hear me. But as I was saying, so not everyone code switches, not everyone, you know, is going to kind of switch up their personality depending on where they're working. I hope I'm explaining this good. It's just the energy of somebody white being in charge in America that I've noticed that here, the energy of the people when they're working in service jobs or just whatever is not, and this could just be my own experience, but it just seems to me, and it even seemed to my boyfriend too, that you can just tell that people as they were working, they weren't under any white supervision. Like they didn't have a white manager or a white boss, or there just wasn't any white supervision. And the energy of not having white supervision allowed them to be more of themselves, and without the pressure of trying to find their way in a white society. I hope that makes sense. I'm a very big energy person, so I really go off energy, and I can say the energy here, especially just from what I've observed, is definitely felt that you don't have a white, it's not a white society that you're trying to navigate through, if that makes sense. So being that in America you have that white society, that, or white supremacy, and white supremacy is worldwide, so I'm not saying that white supremacy does not exist out here, because it definitely does, but in America white supremacy is felt far more than I felt it here in the energy of the people. Another thing that I noticed too is that I love just how carefree and laid back everyone is, and how carefree and laid back you're just allowed to be. There's no rush, there's no, unless you want to rush. It just doesn't feel like there's not saying that we're greedy in America, but you know, America is just that capitalist society where it's work, 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 work. You have to work, work, work so hard. We have to outwork each other. We have to do blah, blah, blah. We have to do these rules. And here it's just pole, as they like to say. Like, you can take it slow. And of course, different parts of the island of Zanzibar, you may feel that people are not moving as slow as other parts of the island. And I have not experienced all of Tanzania, so I can't speak on different parts of Tanzania, but parts that I have experienced, there is more of a carefree, just laid back environment. Like, no one is in a rush, even at the jobs. Like, I'm talking to the employees at the different service jobs, and they're, you know, they're having a relaxed, good time at work. It's not a pressure to be uptight and to be on time and to do this and to do that. Like, for example, people are pulling out their cell phones in the middle of them working, like doing service jobs. Like, a waiter is taking our order and, oh, hold on just a moment, hello, and having a full out conversation while he's in the middle of taking our order. Okay, I'll be right back. Stepping away from it. Like, in America that would not be allowed. Like, people would be flipping out, like, over, you know, and it's not that serious. Like, why do we even flip out over our food? Like, why do we have to trip so hard on the servers when it comes to our food? Like, we're just so greedy and hungry, like you've never ate before. Like, it's just so much pressure, I feel like, when it comes to certain things in America, that I just notice is more free and relaxed here. Another thing too is just so funny just seeing the kids here. Like, I love kids. The kids here are so cute, man. I've seen so many kids that I'm like, oh, I just wish I could just squeeze them and like pick them up, but let me stop staring, because I don't want to be that weird adult just staring at somebody's kids. But y'all, it's just, I really could see myself living out here and raising my kids out here, having a family out here. Is very family oriented. And another thing that I like that one of my tour guides mentioned, and you can really tell it, like, you can tell this is for real. You can feel it. Like I said, I'm a big energy person, so it's felt. He said that Tanzania is a community-based place, which means when it comes to the kids, it takes a village, so they act like that. Like, it's not just the parents that's looking out for their kids, but you have everybody in the community looking out for that kid. So you see kids just walking around, and like, you feel that it's safe. Like, in America, I would be more nervous depending on where I am for my kid to, especially like little small kids, but just my kids in general, to just be walking in certain areas. Here, I wouldn't feel like I would worry. Like, I feel like the kids are kept safe. They're looked out by the community. The guide also mentioned that no one goes hungry and no one goes without clothes. Any and everyone can eat. If you are hungry, there's someone cooking and you will be provided food if you are hungry. They're not going without clothes. If you need clothes, somebody will grab that baby like, hey, where's your shirt? Let me get a shirt, and go in the back in the back of their house and grab that baby a shirt if they're missing a shirt. And you definitely feel that here. And on top of just the community base, no one goes hungry, y'all, there's an abundance of food. Like, there is no shortage of food here. Like, I'm looking at just trees of food right now. Like, what a dream it is to just go in your yard and to be able to pick your food. Like, you're picking out your breakfast, you're picking out your lunch, you're picking out your dinner. You go to the other backyard, the ocean, and I don't eat meat or seafood or anything, I'm vegan, but if you do, there's plenty of food here. There is plenty of food here. And for all of you all that take in like sea moss, y'all know, if y'all watch my channel, I'm big on sea moss. Let me show you all. BRB, there is an abundance. Look at all this sea moss. And this is just while I'm on random swims. I'm collecting this from the ocean while I'm just swimming randomly. Like, that is not store-bought. I didn't go to a store. Back home, I'm getting sea moss, but I don't know where it comes from, truthfully. I'll buy it from a company, but they're in the ocean. I'm seeing women here, they don't consume sea moss internally. Like, they was saying they don't really drink it. They've heard about Americans doing that and other people, but they make it for soaps and shampoos and different body products with it. But I was, telling them, like, we drink this. Like, I've been getting that sea moss, letting it soak, and I've been making smoothies at my hotel, or having them to make me a smoothie and add the sea moss in for me. And it's an abundance of what you need. God didn't put us on this earth for us to starve, for us to go without. Like, your basic needs are met here in Tanzania, specifically, I know, in Zanzibar. Like, it's we are the ones, and I'm not saying we as in me and probably you watching this video, but we humans, especially some specific messed up, screwed up humans, white supremacists to be probably exact, are the ones who created these systems and these this division that caused people to go without, and for people to start lacking, and for resources to be stripped, causing people to lack. That's what has screwed things up. But naturally, this earth is abundant and we have everything that we need. And on top of that, y'all, if you are black in America, make your way to Africa, like ASAP. Make your way to Africa ASAP. I've only saw one other family that was a black American here. Any other blacks that I did see, there were a few. They were maybe traveling from the mainland, or they were traveling from Europe. Everyone else, plenty of white people. I've seen a lot of Asians too, but plenty of white Europeans. I saw like a couple of white Americans as well, but again, plenty of white Europeans. They're here starting businesses, they're here buying land, they're here stripping resources, they're here getting in on the abundance that's here. A lot of Asians are doing the same, creating, rice fields, buying up land and using Africa's resources. Like, the soil is plentiful here. What you put in the ground, it will grow here. It will grow in abundance. And there are people who realize that, and they are coming in, capitalizing off of us, like, for real. So if you are a black American, make your way here, even if it's just for the experience to travel. But if you can make your way here and like learn where you can fit in business wise, that would be perfect. Because that's definitely what we're planning to do. And what's so funny is that a lot of Americans, especially black Americans, why are we not the ones coming here? Why are we the ones who are not making our way back to Africa and not, creating businesses or doing things here? Like, why are we the ones? Because we've been bombarded with images, like feed the children images. When we were kids, we're growing up thinking that Africa is so poor. Everybody's hungry, kids are starving, there's no water, there's no electricity, there's so much crime, we're going to get hurt, we're going to get sick, we're going to get a disease. It's not pretty, it's just ugly, there's lions right there. Like, that's the image that I feel some people are having. And it's funny because even when we were telling our family that we were coming here, everybody was like, be careful. Oh my gosh, be careful. Please, y'all, be careful. Wow, be careful. if I was going to, you know, somewhere in Europe, would you have that same energy? If I said I was taking a trip to London, would you tell me to be careful so many times? Why is that the automatic response when someone says they're going to Africa? Let's change that narrative. When someone says, a Black American says they're going to Africa, man, we need to be clapping, we need to be cheering, because it is a beautiful journey to come back here. And again, I'm not speaking for the entire continent. I can't wait to visit other countries here in Africa, but wherever you go, I hope you do in some form document the experience so others can see and they can know like what to expect, or just to hear like a Black person's experience. So I hope this video is even helpful. And to those points too that I kind of just mentioned, where all the images we've been bombarded with the negative images we've been bombarded with, can you ask yourself, like, why have we been bombarded with such negative images, and then they're the ones that are coming here in abundance to do business, to travel, to live, but we Black Americans, we're the ones that are afraid. Like, make it make sense. And I promise you, I'm planning to go to Europe. I do want to go, but I high-key feel like I'm going to be so underwhelmed when I go. Like, coming here, Tanzania has far exceeded any expectations I could have of Africa, like, at all. Like, this was a great first country to visit in Africa. 1, 2, it has exceeded any expectations I could have. Like, even all the videos, all the pictures I looked at, everything that I have looked at has not done any justice. Like, I have come here and have still been just blown away in amazement, like, for real. And I don't know, like, I just feel like wherever else I go, all the other countries I'm planning to visit in Africa is going to be the same. I know it for sure. And just a different beliefs that I was even having that were limited. It's just, y'all, we just take those images out your head. Like, as far as the mosquitoes, being worried about malaria, don't worry. Even I'm getting more mosquito bites in the south of the US because it's so hot and humid out there. So that we can just stop that one. And another thing, I really feel like I said, when I go to Europe, it's going to be underwhelming because they've hyped up London and Paris and all of these places. They hyped up so much, and I'm not taking away from those places. I'm not taking away from Rome. I do want to visit those places, but they downplay Africa. They downplay this beautiful continent, and I'm telling y'all, this is where it's at. And I feel like when I go to these places in Europe, I'm going to be like, oh, this is it, underwhelmed. Like, why do I need to see the Mona Lisa so bad? For real. Like, why? What's so special about her? Somebody comment below and tell me what's so special about the Mona Lisa. And on that note, I'm going to end this video here. It's just so beautiful. I love Africa. I will be back. I definitely will be back. God willing, I will be traveling to this continent every single year of my life. And even more so, I will be living and doing business here. So that is a promise. On that note, I'm going to end this video. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want more videos of me talking about Africa, maybe like a crazy stories video, because I do have some very funny and crazy stories from this trip, comment below and let me know. If you haven't watched my vlogs, check them out. Give this video a thumbs up. That really helps my channel to grow. And share this video. Peace and love, beautiful beings. God bless.